Let's talk about children. Children are the reason why the term bedtime doesn't sound as much fun like it used to, and it's why our guest bathroom is never sanitary for longer than 10 minutes. Our offspring are the sources of joy and love while simultaneously driving us crazy. Kids take up so much time, money, attention, and effort that even though they are the most rewarding things in our lives, they're also the most taxing. In 2017, a report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture estimated that for a lower than median level income, each child cost $175,000 to raise to adulthood. And for those families who were above the median income, it cost $372,000 per child. Yeah, that's a lot of moolah. And that's nothing compared to the vast amounts of time it takes to raise a healthy child. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, the average parent spends approximately 4 hours a day directly interacting with children who are under the age of 6. And as the child gets a little older, that figure goes down a little, but not much. That means that 25% of your waking hours are spent directly interacting with someone who is being asked to be fed constantly, who you're cleaning up after over and over again, and who needs help wiping their butt. Rearing children can be unpleasant. I mean, seriously, it's no wonder that when plotted on a graph of how happy parents are before and after having children here in the US, it actually falls slightly below 50%, meaning that it makes more people unhappy than happy. And this is a real problem when it comes to raising healthy children, and it's one of the main reasons why very few of us actually grow up to be happy adults. Becoming a happy adult for many people means going back and rediscovering themselves on a very deep level. If we are born chemically and biologically healthy, we can see what a healthy human being looks like. Babies have no issues. Now, despite the onslaught of comments I'm going to get from parents, I have to say that they don't play mind games. They don't lie, cheat, steal. They don't do anything that isn't true to their nature. They are essentially the most perfect a human being can get. And we marvel at them when they are born for this reason. We ogle them and say things like, "She's so perfect," and "He's a miracle," or "They are so beautiful." And then, through the years, we proceed to ruin everything precious about our children. I mean, we don't do this on purpose. This is part of what Don Miguel Ruiz calls domesticating our children in The Mastery of Love. This is similar to how we domesticate animals, like doggies. We teach them, our children and our dogs, when to eat, where to poop and pee, and I can show you at least a dozen videos here on YouTube where both kids and dogs retrieve thrown objects. We domesticate our children because we want to protect them and we want to do our best to help them grow, but unfortunately, our good intentions fail to stop the damage we do out of love, and even worse, out of exhaustion and occasionally out of anger. Some of the good things we do are teach our kids to look both ways when they cross the street. Yes, this is domesticating our children, but it's really good because it keeps them alive. Then there's the day when we're in the grocery store and our kid is wanting attention, but we only have 10 minutes to finish shopping and then get in the car, and then we have to go home and have enough time to get everything else finished we got to do, and to make them dinner, and then to put them in the bath and dry them off, and then we have to give them some more attention, and then we can put them in bed for the night. Hopefully, they stay there until morning. Hopefully. So, instead of nurturing them, we tell them, knock it off. And we shove a piece of candy or some kind of goodie in their mouths, and we give them our smartphones to play with. Now, this isn't the worst parenting in the world, but it's not the best either. And what this does illustrate is that if done over and over again and over time, it kind of shuts the kid down. It tells them to not be who they really are because it's inconvenient. And eventually, if this happens over and over again, the lesson is to stop being interpersonal, and that they have to learn to entertain themselves with sugar and screens. And most of us learn at a pretty young age that we are a hassle to our parents, and that we have to give up being who we are to fit in with mom or dad or brother or sister or the grocery store, our schools, and in fact, everywhere we go has a different set of rules about what is acceptable and what isn't. We learn from a very young age that just being authentic everywhere we go is not okay. So we lose ourselves. We lose our authentic selves at a very young age. With my clients, I've found that most of them feel like the oldest age when they were still authentic to be right around 5 years old, but it varies from about 2 years old to about 7 years old. Finding your authentic self is one of the most wonderful things that can happen in your life, and it's something that's a little tricky to do. It's not as simple as just thinking back to a younger age and saying, well, that's him or her or them. It's a process of getting to know who you really are now and what parts of you have been domesticated. Exploring the self in the here and now gives a great deal of direction and understanding of who you were really born to be. This means getting rigorously honest with yourself and facing how far away from our authentic self we have become. But once all of that is done, we can begin doing some of the most beautiful work there is in the world. We can begin reincorporating those authentic traits back into ourselves and learning how to love ourselves like we never have before, because we are all, deep down inside, perfectly imperfect. Thanks for watching, and please let me know what things I missed and what things I really should have said, because I am sure there's a million things. But just write them down below in the comments, and that way I can integrate them into future videos, and I'll try to respond to everybody. So, and I'm not somebody who posts often. This is really just the first video I've done that has any kind of real substance to it. So, if you don't go down and hit the like button and subscribe, and then ring the little bell for notifications, you will probably never get notified of me doing another video, because unless this video just goes gangbusters and rocks the planet, I'm just not that big of a guy on the YouTube channels here. So hit subscribe and like the video, and I hope you all have a great week. Blessings and serenity to you.